10 minutes and 17 seconds video. Let's go.
When you were little, you trusted your parents. They shoved the dead body parts of innocent animals onto that spoon and down your throat.
YouTube is a wild place, people.
It's a website so vast, with so many billions of hours of videos uploaded to it that no single human could ever even dream of getting to witness it all.
Which really leads me to frequently question why, out of all of these billions of hours, do I always manage to see the worst of them? The YouTube title is arguably the most important thing when it comes to uploading a video onto YouTube. The thumbnail's a close second, and yeah, if you have a good title, a good thumbnail makes it even better, but you can have the best thumbnail that's ever made, and if your title's something like Video 16.mp4, probably not a lot of people are going to click on it. Now you might be thinking to yourself, August, why are...
This is how most vegans say. Oh, you're killing animals, that's illegal. Oh, you're a bad person. Oh, you're eating meat, that's bad. Oh. That's nature. We eat meat. We have to eat meat to live. You know, sometimes I don't eat rabbit, I don't eat duck, and I don't eat goat. But I don't mind those things that people are eating in front of me. I'm not going like, oh, you're a bad person, you're eating that animal. No, I'm not like that, but sometimes I can be. But that's not the case.
Are you talking to us about titles on a video titled something about that vegan teacher? Well, my child, that is because with the YouTube title being so important, people often come up with some pretty insane ones in order to get views. Now, we've seen our fair share of felony-worthy titles in our time, like that one Seducing My Brother prank, or the animation titled That Time I Let My Dad Put His Meat on My Forehead, but today a new champion emerges. One of that vegan teacher's most recent videos, Allow Babies to Maintain Their Vegan Virginity. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think that using the word virginity in a sentence that also contains the word baby should be a felony, especially when you're actually referring to the baby. It's times like these that really confirm my suspicion that that vegan teacher is nothing but a shock character created by this woman to do nothing but make ad revenue and start controversy, because there's no way that any sane person would look at this title and be like, yeah, that's a really good argument for veganism. This is what's going to bring those non-believers over to the other side. Now, if you'd like to enjoy the rest of your day and not have it ruined by a silly half-baked argument, I would recommend clicking off the video now, but, you know, if you're not a little baby, I would recommend sticking around. But hey, no judgment to those who need to go. We get it, it's diaper time. With that being said, however, let's begin. Please subscribe.
Hang on, let me stop that. Vegan, because I care beyond myself and you. That's messed up.
If that vegan teacher truly is just a woman who wants to turn people on to veganism, it's gotta be a really disappointing life for her, you know? Because she goes about it in the most condescending way possible, and there's no way she ever convinces anybody. If you really want to convince people to turn vegan, you should not open up a video by saying, I'm vegan, which means I care about other living things other than myself. If you're not vegan, then you don't. You might want to go about it a little bit lighter.
I'm vegan because hurting others feels wrong. And I know in your heart it also feels wrong to you.
This is kind of a weird thing to bring up in my opinion, because I don't really think...
Vegan, because hurting others feels wrong. What are you talking about? Are you talking about people, or are you talking about animals? Because this doesn't really make sense to us.
I think there's a whole lot of people out there, like, finding joy in the fact that an animal died for them to eat something. Like, I don't think that's a very common mindset, so yeah, I feel like a lot of people might feel like it's kind of wrong for something to have to die, but to say that it's, like, objectively wrong to eat a chicken, you just can't do that. For some people, it might feel morally wrong to not be able to eat meat. We live in a made-up society. Like, there's nothing really governing us, it's all just feelings. A tiger would not feel bad for eating you, and I don't think most animals would feel personally offended if they were eaten. Humans are the only thing that are trying to fight nature when it comes to diet. Am I sounding a little bit like a Reddit conspiracy theorist? Yeah, kind of, I get it. But at the end of the day, like, people want to eat what they want to eat, and that's just what's gonna happen.
When you were little, and your parents gave you spoons full of food for the first time, like carrots and peas They were all mashed up, and you opened your mouth and you trusted your parents. But then later, at some point, they shoved the dead body parts of innocent animals onto that spoon and down your throat.
Something I find extremely cringy, and it's something I've seen a lot of activists do, is they try to use like super blunt, violent language about everyday things to make you feel bad about it. And it's like, what do you think you're achieving? Do you think that 99% of people eating food do not realize it's a dead animal? That they're gonna hear a dead animal instead of meat and be like, oh my god, I've gotta change my ways. Because no, you can say that I'm taking the dead, bloody, rotten, maggot-infested carcass of an adorable little moo cow and shoving it down my gullet, and guess what? I'm still gonna eat that ribeye tonight.
It wasn't your fault. You were born vegan, and you can return to your roots. You don't have to hurt animals. This is in the baby food aisle. Imagine thinking that a pig, an innocent being, should be
To be honest with you, they're not that innocent, and they're not that important, so pigs do have to die. They have to die. Because we need meats. And meats is good for us. And you shouldn't be going around telling other meat eaters to not eat what they want and eat which they want. Sorry, just lose my temper there.
be murdered in a gas chamber and cut up and put into a grinder and put into a little container like this and fed to a baby. How f***ed up is that?
Miss Katie, not sure what's going on here, but you kind of started to sound like an AI voice towards the end there. Might want to get that checked out. And give me 1 second. Okay, done. It's been imagined. And I'm sure millions and millions of other people can imagine it too, because it's being done. That's why that container's there. This is like when an old person asks you if you even know what a newspaper is. Like, look, I get it. This speech might have been surprising like 15, 20 years ago. But nowadays, if you don't know what factory farming is and you don't know what's really going on in slaughterhouses, you're kind of just ignorant. And yes, I agree, a lot of it's messed up. That's why I try to buy local. But at the end of the day, you're not really surprising anybody with these talks anymore, Katie.
Imagine walking up to a cow and feeling so superior that you would decide that their life means nothing and you would murder.
Like I said, I don't mind other people eating rabbit meat or goat meat or duck meat. I don't necessarily mind at all. But I do eat lambs. I love lambs. And buffalo.
Murder them, grind them up, put them on a spoon, and feed them to your baby. Cows are not food.
Katie, I know you used to be a teacher, so I hope you're open for questions. If cows aren't meant to be food, why are they made out of steaks? No, but seriously, Katie, I just don't think these talks are doing what you think they're doing. Like, is this something I would do when I walk up to a cow, kill it, and grind it up? Probably not. That's why I'm a YouTuber, not a farmer, but I am okay with other people doing that and me eating the product. I know what happens, and I've made my peace with it. You can say the same things over and over again all you want, but I don't think it's really changing anybody's mind.
Pigs are not food. Imagine walking up to a horse and deciding that you wanted to kill that animal, an innocent sentient being, because you wanted to grind up his or her body parts and put them in a jar and feed them to an innocent baby who did not consent to eating these body parts.
Okay, honestly, for my American brain, this is kind of wild. Katie, where are you? Where are you that they're selling horse meat baby food? Is this a normal thing? I have never seen this in my entire life. Like, I know people eat horse meat, but this just seems wrong. The image of a baby eating a horse, that does not seem right. Not because it's meat or anything, but because it's a horse.
Imagine walking up to chickens and turkeys and grabbing them by the neck and twisting their necks as they screamed in terror, instead of feeding your child healthy vegan foods.
This woman has lost her mind. She doesn't know what the difference there is anymore. She's just brainwashed. That's what she is. She's brainwashed.
Fish belong in the water. Turkeys belong on the land. None of these animals are food.
Alright, so chickens and turkeys are one of those things that I'm not going to really argue with that vegan teacher with, because if you didn't know, there's something called the Humane Methods of Slaughter Act here in the United States, which basically states that before an animal is killed, it has to be rendered unconscious or insensible to the pain, which obviously that doesn't happen all the time. People are going to cut corners, but it's a start. But for some reason, poultry is exempt. It's one of the reasons that when I buy chicken, I do it from a local shop that does their stuff cruelty-free. The things that birds go through in a slaughterhouse are genuinely insane. Oftentimes, they're basically just tortured to death, and it's something that if you can afford not to support it, you should really try not to.
Chickpeas have protein. When you were little, if you could have consented, you would have said, yes, I'd rather eat chickpeas. I'd rather eat peas than the corpses of innocent animals. So go back to your roots again and be vegan the way you were meant to be.
Where this argument really all falls apart is that I'm sure some children would rather have veggies or something when they were a kid, but I think objectively young children are like the most untrustworthy people when it comes to picking the correct food to eat. Also, it's been proven time and time again that a vegan diet is not healthy for children. There's a lot of arguments that it's not even really healthy for adults, that's why vegans have to often take so many supplements, but when it comes to children, with the nature of the rapid growth of a human child, being a vegan is not healthy. It has been found time and time again that being a vegan during a human's developmental years will stunt their growth.
Join me on the right side of history.
Katie, if you were able to magically make every single human and animal on the planet vegan, and all of a sudden hundreds and hundreds of millions of animals were not being eaten anymore, we would destroy this planet's ecosystem more than we already are. So I'm not really sure about this whole right side of history thing. Well guys, what do you think? Where does this title rank in the worst titles in YouTube history? I think it's got like solid top 25, top 50 contender status. I mean, it definitely could be worse, but just saying the word baby and the word virginity in the same sentence into a live microphone makes me think that I'm probably on some kind of list somewhere now. So I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and walk on over to that subscribe button and touch it. It's free. It won't cost you anything. But for now, that's all I have for you today. Bye.
That duck makes me happy.
Subscribe.
Yeah, don't be like that vegan person. I don't think she feels like she's got the right logics here. But Augusttheduck is making pretty good logics. I mean, being a vegan is not that healthy. So just stick with being a meat eater than just being a vegan. It is not healthy. So, like again, I don't mind for someone who eats rabbit meat or duck meat or goat meat in front of me. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. You know? I know it's weird because I feel different than most cases. So remember to like and subscribe and show some support to this guy, because he makes pretty good logics. And I will see you at the next video. Bye.